While former President Trump is mounting a legal defense on several fronts, he's also actively running for the White House. According to a newly released poll conducted by the New York Times and Siena College, Trump is leading in the race to become the GOP nominee, polling at 54%. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is second with 17%. The rest of the field is polling below 5%. Over the weekend, the California Republican Party changed its rules for how the party's delegates will divide in next year's presidential primary. Our Washington correspondent, Cassie Simeon, joins us from the D.C. Bureau this evening. Cassie, what's the impact here for this rule change?
Yeah, so if any of the GOP presidential hopefuls earn over 50% of the vote statewide, they will take home all of the 169 delegates up for grabs in the California primary next year. Now, some experts warn that this could be problematic because it could sway the election more towards former President Donald Trump, and it could also make a primary process less competitive. But the California GOP argues it will actually force candidates to head to the Golden State to campaign for those delegates themselves. A major change in California's presidential primary next March. Depending how the votes are cast, it could become a winner-take-all election. Over the weekend, the California Republican Party changed its rules for allocating delegates in the primary. Before, each candidate earned 3 delegates for each congressional district won. But now, a candidate who wins more than 50% of the votes statewide would take home all 169 of the state's delegates, the most of any state in the country. If no candidate wins a majority in California, the delegates would be divided proportionally among the candidates to reflect the statewide vote. In a statement, California Republican Chairwoman Jessica Millan Patterson called the decision a massive victory for California Republicans, adding, quote, "With this rules change that now puts us in compliance with RNC rules, Republican presidential candidates will not only be encouraged to spend real-time campaigning in our state and making their case to voters, but Republican voters will equally be encouraged to turn out to support their chosen candidate to help them win delegates." The Michigan GOP has already made a similar change, and other states are expected to do the same in the coming weeks. Some political analysts say these changes could benefit former President Donald Trump, who often gets more than 50% in polls of Republican primary voters. His campaign has reportedly been urging state parties to change their primary rules in a way to benefit his candidacy, so he can roll into the party's nominating convention next summer with a commanding lead. Now, the primary election is moved up from June to March 5th next year because of the presidential primary. So that calendar has been shifted up, meaning that you'll head to the polls in California on March 5th next year. But ultimately, we're going to have to see if this will be a winner-take-all situation in March or whether the delegates will have to be divvied up amongst the candidates, Taylor.
Thank you, Cassie.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. And for more refreshing stories about your community, click the subscribe button right over here. You can also download our Spectrum News app to get live news coverage, weather alerts, and more wherever you are. And don't forget to tune in to Channel 55 on Dish and DirecTV for live local reporting every single day. We'll see you then.